race 3. Don't mind the floating castle up in the corner here. That's natural for the countryside. We are back on Earth and ready to go for race 3. Starting lineup, here we go. On the pole, Lane Rotering. And outside of him is going to be the 5 of Justin Mort. Then Lucas Wolf in the 18, as well as JPO, Jacob Zazinski. Anthony Strohmeyer, as well as Bridget Hannikin. The good wrench Drew Fisher, as well as Alex Linz in 38. He's going to be starting right all the way back in row 3. Then we got the Daytona winner, Brody Denbo, and Joel Vollmer in 16. Then we got Ali Geiger in the 42, third in points, as well as Kate Snyder. We got Nathan Kell and Isabella Reed in number 6. Andy Gross, as well as Caden Carroll, the current points leader and last week's winner. Sam Ruther in the 17, and Kai Rebecca in the 97. Then we got Tate Marquardt in the 88, as well as Adam Rickman. And rounding out the field is Garrett Gillen. So we're going to try... Anyway, we are back on Earth, like I said earlier. This will likely be the longest race of the series, coming in at a total of 22 minutes at 10 laps around Nurburgring. We're doing the Grand Prix course, often associated with the F1 division of racing. And also important to note, this is the first track to utilize sand traps, so if you spin out, you may get caught in some sand, which will not be good for you, because if you get stuck in that, it is hard to get out of should you spin out. And there are a lot of hairpins to spin out, so you better watch out for those. And check out our series sponsor, Monkeybear Productions. If you have an artistic idea and want to go through it, or you just want to see where it's all about, I'll put a link on screen, or it'll be in the description. I just hope that I will remember it this time. And here we go, green flag for Lane Rotering. Pretty good jump off the grid here. As we're going down into the first turn here, we're going to have to see the entire field, and here we go, first corner through the hairpin. And oh, everybody bunches up. Looks like everyone's getting away unscathed, but we got 7 wide at the wire. And no crashes, but never mind, Nathan Kell got hit, and Linz is spinning out as well. And they're going to be off in the sand pit, a new addition to this track. That's first for a Monkeybear Grand Prix track. Oh, JPO! Contact! JPO spins the 16 of Justin Mort. Dangerous spot on the track to go sideways. Anyway, Kell and Linz have worked their way out of the sand pit. But they're at a huge disadvantage, and there goes Snyder and Strohmeyer out in the sand. Justin Mort with the lead. Fisher coming up second, and of course the second in points, Brody Denbo up in third. It looks like we've got a 3-wide battle for 5th between the points leader Isabella Reed and Jacob Zazinski. Looks like we got a little bit of aggressive racing through that corner. Looks like Carroll got a huge... is taking a bit to the inside there. It's hard to tell which is the outside and inside in like a road course. I should probably just identify left and right. That's what I should do. Strohmeyer and back. Being kind of a bit of a flyby of this track here. Oh, Carroll's on the grass. Oh, and Beckett turned the 22. But I guess Beckett turned herself there as well. Carroll's on the sand. Looks like these two are going to get back on track. On the back. Oh, Denbo spins into the sand. Not good for him. Pazinski follows him, and Ali Geiger. That's second and third in points in the sand. Marquardt sneaks by. And there goes first in points. All 3 points have been lost to that hairpin. That is not good for all 3 of them, especially since these are the 3 battling for the championship lead right now. Justin Moore at a pretty good spot already. He's already led 1 lap on the day. That's a bonus point to him. Let's see, Rotering. He started first. He's not in a bad position right now. He's in need of a good showing here if he wants to keep his championship hopes alive. Go to that hairpin. This kind of perspective hairpin. There goes Brickman. Brickman's been lost. But it looks like Denbo trying to reclaim positions. You can see Carroll is all the way nearly back. Took a pretty heavy hit somewhere in between now and here. Anyway, now we're at a different kind of track this time. We're not at a America track. This is a track in Germany, Nurburgring. This is actually the F1 variant of Nurburgring. Since I really didn't want to do the... Oh, Anakin and Ruther both spin out in this respective turn here. Else kind of looks like we got quiet. The 29 steadily approaching the number 5. And oh no! Both of them spin in the sand. Fisher and Mort. He's gonna leave it open for Reed. Reed is now in the lead. Huh, that rhymed. Anyway, Rotering now advancing his position to second. That's pretty good for his standing. Gross making his first top 5 appearance since Rainbow Road. So we've got a heck of a comeback coming for this number 4 team. And Volmert, also one of those drivers in need of a great showing today. I think he's right up there with Rotering and pretty dang close to last in points. It's hard to see. This guardrail's blocking the way. Don't necessarily have like a good view of these cameras. Rotering spins! Not good for him. Just the absolute worst thing to happen to number 15. Anyway, getting everyone. Ruther spins out as well. Carroll pretty far back, and Bridget's all the way in last. Actually, 42 is missing. We might have had a wreck with the 42. The wreck meter doesn't count for, like, single car incidents. But that's not good if the 42 is out of the race. Looks like we got Volmert and Brody battling. Oh, Brody getting shoved into the grass by the number 5. Looks like we've got serious beef between these two. There's Beckett. Anyway, we got Isabella Reed going through the hairpin. And she spins out. And now Fisher's going to be the one with the lead. Gross is going to follow in second. Volmer making steady progress. There goes Basinski. And Denbo. And Rotering. Zero and Elzud. Looks like we got contact between the 41 and the 38. Basinski losing a ton of position. There goes Ruther as well. And Rickman. Rickman having the most terrible luck in the series. Carroll pretty close to last. Lucas spins out as well after dominating the Rainbow Road race. Now he's kind of falling apart here. Fisher, after kind of having a lackluster season thus far, in the lead. And talking about lackluster seasons, Andy Gross didn't even finish he didn't even finish the Daytona race. And now he's got the top 10 at Rainbow Road, and now he's competing for the lead here. Will this be the day the number 4 gets his first win? Mort been kind of so-so in the season. Reed is staying consistent in this race. Whoa! The 15 jumped. The physics in this track aren't necessarily different than the other tracks we've been at. And Mort spins out this corner again. That opens it up for Reed and Beckett. Beckett now takes his place in 5th. Fisher with the lead. We're coming around for 6 laps to go. Through the hairpin. And he spins out. Here comes Gross with the lead. Volmert for 2nd. Drew Fisher and try to get back up and going. Reed will pass him by for 3rd, and here comes Beckett for 4th. Just beating out the 29. Anakin. Not good for the 48 so far. wonder if this will be the race where lap traffic comes into play. Anyway, Andy Gross with the lead. Once again, this could be a pretty good comeback for the 4. Another good showing here will pretty much put him possibly in championship contention if the other 3 points leaders are kind of out. We know Ali Geiger is most likely out of the race entirely. Hannigan spun out the hairpin again. Denbo isn't doing too bad himself. And Brzezinski spins out again. Terrible luck for both the 31 and the 1. Both of them have just been having terrible luck within the first 3 races of the season. Gross continuing his lead. Volmert spins! Is there enough separation where he can get back on track in time? Doesn't look like he's going to lose a ton of spots. We're racing hard. Ooh. Oh, contact between the 97 and the 16. The 97 is acting aggressive this race. Nice. Looks like Kyra is going for a take no prisoner style driver. Gross spins in the hairpin. Here comes Reed for the lead again. Reed has been unexpectedly showing some muscle at this track. Reed hasn't really been in this series much at all. She had a few good moments here at Rainbow Road and Daytona. Look at this, female drivers up front. Kyra Beckett and Isabella Reed leading 1-2. I've noticed how this is a more contact-heavy track than in Rainbow Row, where at Rainbow Row, everyone was just mean to everybody. Or possibly because there was no gravity in Rainbow Row. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I originally wanted to do the full Nurburgring course. However, that course is 17 miles in length. I'm pretty sure that's a correct fact, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But I would have to introduce like a whole new system to like count like the points for laps led, and I don't want to push anything with the point system just yet. Rainbow Road was kind of enough as it is. Also, another fact about Nurburgring, I'm pretty sure Nurburgring literally means ring around the castle, which probably has something to do with that floating castle that shouldn't really be floating in the background. But nevertheless, Mort spins out again! I guess that move on Brody Denbo didn't really pay off in the end, as now Denbo's passes by the number 5. I guess there really was karma. Reed's going to go through that hairpin. We have 4 laps to go, and there goes Reed! Reed following up with everybody else as Beckett now goes to the lead. The first time she's had the lead since Daytona. On board Andy Gross, who is currently chasing down the 97. You can see how tight these turns are. You have to navigate this track very skillfully. As now these two lining the hairpin. Are these hairpins? I guess the turn 1 thing is definitely a hairpin. This corner is also a hairpin as well. Anyway, Beckett is another one of those drivers that is kind of a must-need good performance situation here. As Beckett is with Volmert and Rotering on like needing a good performance here. Wolf has been caught in the hairpin yet again. This is kind of just straight line racing. Rotering and Volmert are once again back in the pack. Rickman might become one of these drivers that will need a must-do-well performance next race, as Rickman's been having terrible luck within the first 3 races. I was saying Beckett is kind of up there with Volmert and Rotering as kind of a not doing well situation. She did do well at Daytona, the Phase 1 race. Gross now steadily approaching the 97. Here coming around with 3 laps to go. Down the wire here. As we come down this hairpin. And Beckett spins out. Ooh, deep in the sand as well. Actually, we got a new face up front. Anthony Strohmeyer is up front. We haven't seen much of him. I guess it's kind of like an Isabella Reed situation where he's kind of been running mid-pack all season. And there's Marquardt. Marquardt had a good performance at Rainbow Road, finishing runner-up. This performance could also be good. Reckon that he doesn't spin out that first hairpin again. But Gross, once again with the lead. Another kind of master of this track. Best performance so far. Fisher in the 6th position. Moritz regaining his ground. Denbo might have lost his advantage over Mort. We could have a rivalry between these two later on in the season. We'll have to see. Kell sticking to the back of the number 12. Or the 15. Kell is the 12. And Caden Carroll, points leader. Just trying to navigate it as best as he can. Wolf on the hairpin again. Wolf now takes up Anakin's place as last. It's kind of sad because he got most laps led last race. Mainly due to his Phase 1 performance of Rainbow Road. Gross now avoiding that kind of trap hairpin. Marquardt. I mean, with the unpredictability of that first hairpin, we'll see if Gross will spin out like everyone else did. Did anyone pass that? No, Mort was able to pass that hairpin earlier. 2 laps to go for Andy Gross. Going through that hairpin again. And there goes Gross! Gross in the wall. Getting some damage to his cars. Now Linz takes up first place position. Linz. Tough to say where Linz is in the series. I guess it's similar to Reed Strohmeyer. We got a bunch of pretty new faces up in front. And the big dogs are up in the back. Speaking of the big dogs, there goes Denbo in the wall. Second in points in the wall. There's first in points. As I was saying, there are a lot of like kind of mid-pack runner faces up front. And all of our big dogs are off wrecking in the hairpin. We already know Ali Geiger's down. And Linz goes, oh no, Linz! Linz spins out! Let's see what else is. Rickman making, oh, Rickman's in trouble. Rickman having car trouble. I think Strohmeyer's in the lead. Probably not a good place to go sideways. Like Homer did on board Caden Carroll. Pass by the 1. Oh no, he's gonna run directly into him. That could be the race for Caden Carroll. The points leader is down. Who is the leader? Anthony Strohmeyer. Strohmeyer. This could be a huge opportunity for everyone. All these mid-pack runners up front. See where everyone lands with Thomas Fall. Adam Rickman might be down for good. Bad for him. Also bad for Carroll. That could be the points leader. No longer the points leader. White flag in the air. Anthony Strohmeyer, 1 more lap to go. Reckon if he can get around this hairpin. He cannot! Reed goes for the lead for the 3rd time this race. And here comes Marquardt up for 2nd. Fisher for 3rd. Lynn spins out. Lynn's getting terrible luck at that hairpin. Hairpin after hairpin is wrecked on the final lap. Terrible luck for the number 38. Last Isabella Reed with the lead for 3rd time this race. Showing some real mastery at this track. I don't know where this was at Rainbow Road, but it looks like she's really got her stuff together. And Kell is in the bad position as well. He started this race pretty much near last. And Denbo looks like he's gonna... I wonder if he'll upseat Carroll as the points leader after this. We'll just have to wait and see. Ford's gonna get a heck of a performance. Bridget Hannikin, kind of a different performance. There's JPO. He's kind of close to Adam Rickman in luck. There's Ruther in the hairpin wall. Wolf's just starting on his last lap. I think Caden Carroll's going to bring his car in. Isabella Reed. So far, I don't think anyone can contest her to upseat her for win. Tate Marquardt might be too far away unless she messes up at this crucial car. But nope, it looks like she'll clear it, and that is the race. Isabella Reed making the final corner. The front stretch. And Isabella Reed, your winner at Nurburgring. Tate Marquardt's going to come up in second. Drew Fisher comes up for third. Fourth is fittingly for Gross. Strohmeyer finishes fifth, first top 5 finish. Snyder finishes sixth, first top 10 finish for Beckett. Linz coming in his second top 10 finish this season. Rotering comes with his first top 10 finish, and Kell in 10th. And Denbo coming right behind him. Denbo finished just outside the top 10. Carroll might be in dead last, or close to dead last. I think Brickman and Geiger finished behind him. We're going to have to review that wreck after we reviewed the points. Speaking of points, here are the points.
So we got a new addition to the point standings. We have these little stars in the corner indicating if you won a race or not. Caden Carroll, Brody Denbo obviously have one already. And the point standings have really been scrambled, so we're adding the winnings together. And then we're going to add the most laps led. Anthony Strohmeyer led 1. Isabella Reed claiming most laps led with 3 laps on the day. Andy Gross getting 2 laps led. Justin Mort winning the fastest laps, adding on to his already 2 laps led. Drew Fisher and Kyra Beckett also led the laps, so we'll throw those in as well. Pole position, Lane Rotering, he gets 3 points on his schedule. And finally, finishing the race. So, looking at the point standings now, it is very clear that things have clearly shaken up. Tate Marquardt, although he hasn't won a race yet, he is now the points leader by 1 point over Brody Denbo. Caden Carroll has dropped back to third in this point standing. However, 2 points behind Denbo and an overall 3 points behind Tate Marquardt. So far, Isabella Reed making the jump from 15th in points all the way to 6th in points and within striking distance of Tate Marquardt. Speaking of striking distance, I think everyone Jacob Pazinski upwards probably has a realistic shot of taking the points leader next race. So Tate Marquardt is going to have to rock.
Alright, so rewinding the footage to lap 2, Allie Geiger was, I don't know what she was doing, but she ran head first in the tire barrier. That's definitely an unfortunate way to end the day, especially for third in points. We'll see if this is kind of the turning point for the 42, or if she comes back later. We know we got some pretty good comebacks when it comes to Daytona performances, following up Rainbow Road and, Daytona? No. Rainbow Road and Nurburgring performances. But overall, I think that'll do it for the race. We'll see you next time.